Hey everybody, thanks for tuning into Motorsport Factory once again. For those of you tuning in for the first time, welcome to my channel. Hey guys, so I wanted to kind of give you an update after the discussion. I want to kind of let you guys know what's been going on. I know it's been a while since I've actually recorded a video. I will give you guys an update after our discussion for today. And so I want to kind of jump right into the topic first before we talk about any updates that we want to talk about. So our today's topic is when buying and selling used cars and dealership issues, right? So let's start with the topic of buying, right? So if you're thinking about buying a used car from someone, be it on Facebook or Craigslist, you guys want to be careful doing that. If the title is not in that person's name, which I've seen quite a bit of that, they're probably a flipper. And what I mean by is to get the car real cheap, so they don't want to register it and transfer the title and pay all the taxes and everything. They're trying to save as much money as they can to maximize their profit, which is in a sense understandable. But so sometimes they're selling it, without a license to sell, and they're trying to avoid paying taxes and people who don't care. They often sometimes buy wrecked cars and do cheap fixes, then sell it for a profit. Um, let's say there's cars out there, that's been totaled, and they're selling it as a clean title. Um, and let's say you, as an unsuspecting buyer, buys that car with not knowing whatever structural damage or fire damage um, that's done to the vehicle, or who knows. You think you're getting a good deal. Next thing you know, you're doing more repair than what you paid for the car, and the seller, changes his number or does all this, crazy stuff, and you can't reach out to them. Which a lot of shady people out there, they do shady stuff, and it kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Another precaution to take is when you're around, when you are doing your homework, when you are buying a car from private property, privately, a private seller, excuse me. Um, really look into the car if the car has been cloned. There's issues like that I was just discussing with my business partner Jay at the printing business. We'll get into the details of that later. Um, I see, and what happens is you don't want to buy a stolen car, right? That's another issue you got to worry about. I see a lot of people, uh, like on YouTube or Facebook groups or whatever it is. They don't want to deal with dealers because they think they're stealerships instead of dealerships, which is, I get it. Sometimes the dealership is way too much money than 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 it should be. For either parts or services. I say why not? Because the one thing is, not all dealerships are bad, and not all sellers are bad, right? Just do your research when buying used cars. If you don't do your research and just go by what the seller is telling you, um, you can get really just leaped over, and then you're doing a lot of repairs in the long run, and you end up regretting a lot of stuff in the long run, right? So have things on paper so you know if it's warranted or not, or if the car is as is. That's always important to have things on paper. Um, so I've always had people try to sell me their car. The car's not under their name because they're trying to sell the vehicle as is, and they've got it off somebody. They paid maybe $1,500, and they're trying to sell it for 2,000, 2,500, and they're trying to just make a quick buck as fast as they can. Um, so I've had quite a few customers, reach out to me because I've advertised a lot in Facebook groups and Craigslist and Yelp and everything. They always say, "Oh, I noticed you post your ad, and I wish I met you sooner, and I should have went with you instead of buying this car. Now this car has a lot of problems." and stuff like that. So what I do is I do like a pretty much 150 point inspection front to back, make sure the headlights work, tail lights, the hazards, make sure the brakes, suspension, the way it drives, all that stuff. Look, checking for leaks. I do all that stuff. So that's why it's always good to have someone you can trust, especially if you are not comfortable. Um, have a reputable a mechanic look at the vehicle, and if they see something that you don't like, for example, I charge $100 on up for inspections if you're in my vicinity, and if they need any extra services, I'll charge a little extra for it, and I'll tell them, hey, brakes seem okay. I'd rather you change them out in 3 months or 6 months. Hey, there's a check engine light on here. Be very, very careful. Um, and if you're not careful with having a good reputable mechanic, you would rather spend that $100 or whatever the mechanic charges and have them look at the vehicle, because if you don't, you're going to have more extensive repairs. You would rather spend $100 inspecting a vehicle than to have that one vehicle or two, depending on how many you're actually buying, and you got thousands and thousands of dollars in repairs that you're gonna just like, man, I wish I called the Mr. Motorsport Factory. So so like I said, if you're not comfortable inspecting a vehicle, get a mechanic, and you should be good to go. Okay? Uh, have them, look at it from the front, back, top to bottom, in and out. Make sure there's no stored codes. I would ask the seller first. If he says no, but you check and find there is, that can be a red flag, right? So with that meaning that the he may know there were stored codes or he may not know. So I always tell the customers to, when they do have codes and driving funny, I'd say to be careful buying it. If you want to buy it, that's on you. We can work on repairs and see what we need to fix if things arise. But if you want to just take it as is, that's really up to you. Um, One thing that is hard to tell is if the engine and tranny is bad. They could have you put fresh oil in there, change the tranny fluid, and add additives to keep the tranny going for another 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever, or 6 months, right? And you won't know, and then you come to find out. And especially if the engine bay and the transmission bay, like whole thing is clean. Yeah, it's cool you're taking care of it, but you can't tell what's leaking where, right? So that's one issue. Um, what you can also do is Google an inspection checklist for the year, make, and model. There's, you can just Google those, and if you want to add more inspections to a particular thing that you're looking for, then you can add to it. Um, there's, I believe, a free apps out there. I've tried different ones. Some are cool, some are like, it's all right. My thing is too, if you guys want to give me business, if you guys are in the Central Valley, California, you're looking for a nice, clean title, safety inspected with provable history at a great price. Give us a call, or email us. I'll put all that information below. Um, if you're in the Central Valley, right? Now, when it comes to you guys that are into selling cars, uh, be it you are a private seller, a used car sales lot, or dealership, my thing is for you guys, be honest with the customer, the buyer, on what the car needs. If there's a lot of repairs that needs to be done, okay, let the customer know. Be honest about it. Hey, like I remember I was trying to buy a 240SX and they said the transmission was bad, the engine was bad, all kinds of things. It needs a lot of repairs. I don't know if you really want to spend the money on it. Okay, not a problem, right? But at least they were honest about that whole thing. I'm grateful for that. And also let them know if there's stored codes or not. I have to use a code reader. I've had to use a code reader to check for stored codes, and even though there's no check engine light on the dash, you gotta check for stored codes because remember, you gotta be able to smog the car. You want to be able to drive it, you don't have multiple problems on the vehicle, right? Let the customer know what's been done to the car, and let them know the cost of repairs for things that haven't been done, right? And work out a deal with them if they want to buy the car, and just say, hey, look, I'm looking to buy the car. I'm entrusting you to fix this vehicle and get this stuff situated. I do apologize for the camera in and out of focus there. Okay. Apologize for that. Um, and at least do the right thing and have the right intention to sell the car, not just out there trying to make a quick buck, right? So that's the thing I've noticed with a lot of sellers is they're trying to make a quick buck. We all got to eat. I understand. Sorry about the phone noise here. I got people texting, DMing on my Instagram and everything like that. Um, we all need to eat, you guys, but be straight with the customer, man. The more you're honest with everybody, the more they'll come back to you, right? The more they entrust you, and they're not paranoid. They're not worrying about what, worrying about other issues, whatnot. I do apologize. My phone is making all this noise here. Um, for you dealerships, stop BSing the customer. Or on services, if they don't need a service, there's a lot of videos out there where they're going undercover and busting dealerships, busting oil changer companies to whatever. Like, why are you ripping people off, man? See, and this is why, like, a lot of shops, the customers look at it, give us a bad rep because of your bad behavior and your bad intention. You know, I'll give you a good example. When I have a '97 Nissan Altima. Back in the day when I first got it, almost brand new, I had like 13,000 miles on it. And then we took it to, I had put aftermarket gas pedals on it, gas and brake, they were carbon fiber, and just, wanted to do some aesthetics and make it look nice and everything like that. Um, the AC went out, it was making some weird noise, the fan clutch and whatnot. They're saying the aftermarket brake pedals and gas pedal was causing um the AC to go out. I'm like, how does the gas and brake pedals, those aftermarket ones, have any kind of relation to the AC? If they can prove that in court, I would love to see that. It's a good thing for them that I didn't take them to court and sue them for that stuff. It's real dumb, just dumb stuff like that. And and it is things like that that make me sick, and you have to understand why. If for any of you dealerships that are listening to this, you have to understand why you're called stealerships. For those of you guys that are doing shady stuff, right? This is not a disrespect. This is more that if this is a disrespect to you, then that's on you. But you have to understand how the customer feels when they're being disrespected and their intelligence is belittled. You know what I mean? Also, be it you are a mechanic at a independent shop or a dealership, please know what you're saying. If you know about repairs and diagnostic, don't talk about performance things is messing things up. Something that has nothing to do with like I said, the gas, like for example, the gas brake pedal messing the AC up. I've done performance things for approximately 20 years. I don't know everything about every vehicle. I'm always learning, changing things up, growing, learning from others' experiences, how they fix things, how quick they were about it. You got to be open to learning. So, and that's the thing for you mechanics. If you don't know nothing about performance stuff, just leave it alone, please. Um, let's see. Let me see. Also, I had a Chevy Malibu back. I traded that back in around 2018. I got a 2018 Kia Optima. Um, Good thing is warranty stuff. When it's covered, cool. But when it's not covered, I'm not gonna waste my time with it. So I took it in because cam sensors were going off. To give you guys one more example, um, let's say the coolant. They told me the coolant reservoir was leaking, and it wasn't. You know, um, because I kept, it was actually a water pump that was leaking, but they said change the coolant reservoir, and I didn't because I felt that it didn't need to, and it didn't. It wasn't leaking at all or anything like that, right? Um, and I've been having to change the cam sensors and the exhaust sensors, cam and what was it, a cam sensor, and there were two cam sensors, the intake and the exhaust sensors. There's two of them mounted to the valve cover area. For those of you, it was a 2013 Chevy Malibu I had at the time. So, but anyways, guys, you are more than welcome to chime in if there's anything you feel you want to add to this conversation. To you guys agree with something, you don't agree. More than welcome to chime in and let me know what you guys share your experiences, and I appreciate it, and taking the time to listen to our podcast. I'm gonna try to improve the sound and audio quality. If there's something annoying about the video quality and whatnot, I'm trying to ramp it up, and step it up and see to improve, so it's easier for you guys' ears, your eyes, whatnot. I'm gonna make my background look a little bit nicer, for our Twitch channel, and at the same time collab with the Motorsport Factory at the same time. But I'm gonna stop right here. I'm gonna continue this video if you guys want to stop here, end it. But I'm gonna come back in a little bit and then continue the video and give you guys an update on what's been going on, why I've been gone for so long and whatnot. And I'm gonna do that. And for those of you guys gonna stop the video here, see you guys in my next video. Those of you guys want to stick around, hang tight. I'll be right back. All right, boys and girls, I do apologize once again for having a long delay. We are back from a little break that I had to have, so I had to take care of a few things. So just to give you guys a quick little update on what's been going on. Since the last video, I believe it was the BMW, the intake that we were doing the install on. I've had other videos, I wanted to do and just never got around to finishing them and everything like that. I've been focusing on the print business. So in August of 2021, we moved our print business all the way to downtown Fresno area, and just been focusing, getting all set up, cleaned up, working on print jobs. I could have focused on doing videos and stuff in the wintertime when we're a little bit slower, and so in the video that I'll be posting soon on the chassis reinforcement bracing, which is a lot of uh what is it, ultra racing and Luxon strut bar, like all the chassis reinforcement bracing installs for the Kia. We were at the old shop when I first started the video, but I'm probably going to be bringing it back home to, or doing the installs at the newer shop. I'm not quite sure exactly what I'm going to do yet, depending on how busy we are with everything. So one of the reasons why we had to do the move for the print shop is, one, the rent was getting too expensive, and the bigger shop, which pretty much entails more space, was cheaper rent, and we just decided to, it's a no-brainer. Let's just move in there and see how things go. Since we got pretty busy with the printing business, I have had to put a lot of stuff on hold. Also was taking care of like health stuff. I had hypothyroidism, so in my neck I was feeling some pain, but that's due to also, I had to get rid of root canal teeth because they were just bad, and I had to get rid of them to kind of alleviate a lot of the infections and the tightness in the neck, for those of you guys experience those kind of pains. So now I want to get back to actually recording videos, doing more podcasts, doing some live streams with you guys, talk about car stuff, high performance stuff, engineering related stuff, what kind of issues you guys having. Let me know. I'm thinking of creating a whole nother Twitch channel for motorsport. Then again, I may just use the RRG's community, which is what I stream on. Just use that, change the theme up, change the background when it comes to car related stuff. So I'm gonna just stop it here for now, guys, and I will get back on making other videos and doing more repairs, more performance installs, and getting some more podcasts out there because I definitely have a lot of topics I want to talk about and kind of get that whole thing going. So I do appreciate for those of you guys that have been patient with me and stuck around the channel, and the channel still was growing. Uh, Even when I stopped recording for a while, I still was getting follow orders and comments and appreciate it. And I do understand not some of them, some of the videos aren't the best, like the Oldsmobile Alero, the alternator. I know it's not the best video, but I was trying to do it in a way where I move certain things out the way so you guys have a better visual of what to take out, what not to take out. Some of the tooling that I had didn't seem to help and work. Yeah, I get it. Some of you guys can have done it in like 10, 15 minutes, not a big deal. Great. But you have to understand that recording with one hand and trying to work on with one hand, not having a gimbal or tripod or anything, didn't make the whole job easier. One of the best videos is doing the starter replacement, or I think it was a starter replacement on the it was a Mitsubishi Eclipse. So I do appreciate, a lot of people loved that video. So I want to try to make sure my videos are just as good as those or even better, which is what I'm trying to work on. But anyways, guys, I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time, and I do appreciate for those of you guys who take the time to listen to what was been going on, and appreciate it. Thanks for sticking around, and hopefully I got some more good stuff in store for you guys. I am still working on products and merch. It's gonna be a while before I really get to it. But I'm working on currently working on titanium wheel stud kits. But I want to be able to give the customer option. Do you want the one where you can fit the hex tool inside it to tighten it down? Do you want that round bullet shape head or flat head? Do you want to be able to anodize whatever color you want to? Do you want a 6-point or a 12-point nut? I want to be able to give my customers options because a lot of companies out there don't really give the customers an option. So I want to do that. I want to be able to give the option to the customer and see how they want to go about doing the rest of the kit. That's how I want to do my company, is give the customers the option to do what they want, how they want it. You know what I mean? Anyways, boys and girls, thanks for tuning in. If you guys have questions, comments, concerns, feel free to reach out to me through my email, through our Facebook, through my Instagram, or even just post a comment here. All right. I will see you guys in my next video, and you guys have a nice day.